All right, so we are live. Um, I at this point in time have not seen viewers. Okay, it's okay. Uh, welcome everyone for this session. And if someone can say hi to me, usually YouTube take a little bit of time to. There's always a delay. So if somebody else to say hi, hello, then we'll say stuff has happened. Okay, so while that is happening, good evening to everyone. This is a good way to spend Monday evening. Uh, we have hello Akhil, hello Moin. My name is Jijo. I'm a mentor at Career Launcher. I'm guessing you would know me. I have with me Nidhan and Swati. They are from the SJM School of Management, Shailesh Mehta School of Management, or the IIT Bombay School of Management. And Nidhan is a part of the admission team. So anything related to the whole process, interview process, he is the right person to discuss. And Swati is has done. Both of my first year. I believe that Swati is doing a lot of stuff in the college, and she can give the perspective of this. So the idea of this particular. So welcome both of you for this talk. The idea is to we'll try and uh, do this in sort of 2 to 3 parts. We'll start with understanding the college and what opportunity do you have, how is the program, and then we'll get into sort of the interview process, and then few tips and things that you have to keep in mind. How is the process conducted? So I believe that this would be of use to all of you. So let me start by sharing my thought on the college. And I believe that your college started in 1995, if I'm not mistaken. I think 2000 is when you got the name, SJM School of Management. It was IIT Bombay. And I believe that IIT Bombay management program started somewhere around the same time when IIM Kozhikode and IIM Indore started. So this college has been there for a while. And what I've seen with the college is, whatever is the reason, there is one college have grown from strength to strength year after year. And I believe that IIT Bombay MBA program is one of the sought after MBA program. And within all the IITs itself, I believe that for whatever is the reason, your college somehow has gone there. And the testimonial is kind of placements that people get. I believe that the last year placement was about 28.8 lakh was a median, and all sort of companies come to the campus, and you have very stringent curriculum with a lot of opportunities that is there. So it is one of the premier college, and it should be a college that every single person who is eligible should apply. And congratulations for those of you who applied and now part of the process. Okay, so I'll start with the first part, understanding that this will be probably useful for those of you going for the interview. And I'll start. I think both of you can answer one by one. What is IIT Bombay management, SJMSoM management, the college for you? I think what is that you want to share about your college to the people watching this session? One of you can start. Nidan, you can start. Or Swati, you can start.
Yeah, so hello everyone, this is Nidan Agarwal. I'm currently the first year student at SJM from IIT Bombay. So for me, the experience at SJM from IIT Bombay till now had been really great. The experience over here is like we get to learn a lot of subjects from each and every domain, like from operations to marketing, finance, consulting, every domain, strategy, since the first year. And looking forward to the second year, I think we'll be able to select the electives as per our choices, that whatever domain we want to more on, we can select on those uh, subjects specifically. Apart from the academics, there are a lot of clubs and societies at SJMSOM from different domains of experiences. Apart from that, we also have the sports club, the cultural club. And these are the clubs at SJMSOM. Apart from this, the ecosystem that IIT provides us is a very vast ecosystem, which includes all the sports facilities, the infrastructure facilities, the events, and the events like Modi Dingo, E Summit. which are the flagship events and are ranked in the top positions all over the world. So these are the few events in which we can also be the part of, even as the organizers. So that's why the ecosystem that IIT provides, also the entrepreneurship ecosystem that IIT provides, is really great. So as for me, this is one of the best place where you can develop in an overall manner, not just in academics or not just from the management school perspective, but also from the overall IITB ecosystem.
Yeah, so what I'm basically hearing is that the college is just like any other sort of B school. It's not different. Which means when I say one of the top B schools where you go through the the all the program in the first year, and then you have freedom to pick and choose the elective that you want to choose. I believe that IIT Bombay also gives an option. You can also have in your final grade to write you got specialized with a particular area or not. It's up to you. And plus, what I'm also hearing is that apart from what IIT Bombay offers in terms of opportunities, clubs, or anything, the ecosystem that IIT Bombay offers itself as an institution, I think that so you get a lot of opportunity to be there, part of that great ecosystem, right? Swati, anything would like to add on this or your experience? I believe you are part of some few clubs already. Uh, I
Yes,
forgot which all
so
clubs.
So yes, we have several clubs at the SOM level, SJMSoM level as well. But apart from that, we can also participate and be a part, organizers, not just as a participants, be organizers, coordinators in IIT Bombay events. We can interact with the IIT Bombay student as well. So we are not just learning from the SOM students, but we also get an opportunity to interact with the whole of the ecosystem, everyone from different courses, different domains. We That's a great opportunity to learn here.
Right, right. So, what I want to so, to talk about next with respect to sort of the colleges. Let's talk about opportunities and placements and summer internship that happens. There is this perception that it is very centric to just IT and operations and nothing much happens. That's what general perception that people have. Uh, is it uh, what is your take in terms of uh, how is the college in terms of, let's say I want to do marketing, can I do it, or do I have opportunities post my MBA from your college to achieve all those?
Absolutely. So there's no barrier. The students, whichever domain they want to pursue, will be able to pursue it in the long run, definitely. We have courses aligned to all the domains in the first year, so they can learn through the courses, apply accordingly. And the placements are pretty much like any other B schools. If Nidhan would
Right.
like to add anything.
Yeah, so as you said that it's more or less like people think that might be about IT or operations. So I'd like to say that it's not the case because being a batch of 120 students and the institute at the of national importance and at a higher level as compared to other institutes, there's a lot of opportunities being a small batch that we can select from the specialization that we want for our further career to be in. There are a lot of companies from all the domains, including marketing and sales and consulting, operations, finance, IT, analytics, etc. So there are a lot of opportunities apart from the basic IT operations, which are a lot famous.
Yeah, so I was just going through your college placement report, and if you look at the companies that come to the campus, actually about 27% are FMCD company, considered durable or FMCG company. You've got who's who of all the companies. You've got HUL, Asian Paints, ITC, PNG, uh, Colgate, Palmolive. All the companies come to the campus, which means that you still have, if you want to, plus you have got about 16% coming from consulting, 25% coming from all the conglomerates, 18% of BFSI sector. So if I look at the split in terms of the companies that come to the campus, it is as good or even better than many of the top school in this country. So one of the things that I would like to share with anyone who is watching this video is that please consider this as any college. Is my take. It is a management college out and out. It is, even though it is called Indian Institute of Technology is management college, it is at the core of it absolutely is the management institution. Gives you which whatever is opportunity that any of the IM gives you. I believe that you can still get there. I think probably am uh, getting it right. So is that 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 would be the case. So and one other thing I want to add here is it is eventually the percentage of specialization that people opt for in a particular college is not the intention of the college. It's eventually what the student decides. So it's hardly you should go by those percentages and say that this college is better for this and that. I believe that your my gut feelings. How was the faculty so far? Excellent, good. On a scale of 1 to 10, how has been experience the classroom experiences? What do you guys have for a compulsory attendance or all? What is it? What is your policy? What is your day like? So how many hours you have to study, work for your degree? All that. Tell me about your experience, day-to-day experience so far in the campus.
So the faculties are really great, and they are all having a lot of experiences. We also have one of our faculties who was the at the chief executive positions in Tata Motors. So we got to learn a lot from the industry experience of the faculties as well. And they also teach us through a lot of case studies and research projects and different other materials, which are very interactive in nature. We discuss in the class, and the way we are taught about different concepts in a practical manner through those learning faculties is something that I appreciate about SJMSoM a lot, because we can directly see the implementation of all the things that we are learning in the class, in the projects, or in the assignments that we get as part of the live projects immediately through our experience and through our academics.
Swati, how about attendance on with compulsory, very strict? Can I bunk classes and all? Or what is it? How when does your day start? When does it end?
So it's divided into batches. So depending on the faculties and the timing, there is a fixed timing for attending classes. So we'll have to attend the classes, and the workload and it's everything is manageable as any MBA in any MBA colleges.
Okay, I hear. So my MBA college has been very nice, smooth. My workload was what I decided workload to be. So it was very nice. But I keep hearing a lot of people say that MBA is hell and you just don't have time. But I don't think that's the case, at least. Okay. Let's get into the process, the interview process. If there are any specific questions that you guys have, you can put in the chat box. We'll pick it up. So let's get to the process. Let's start with the weightage, right? So let me share the weightage for the second stage. I believe 42.5% is weightage for the CAT, which is already done. And then you've got a 42.5% on your personal interview, and your profile is 15%. And when you look at the profile, graduation is 6%, work experience is 6%, and extracurricular is 3%, which is like if you have got some national level achievement 3 marks, and if you got state level 2 marks, and that is how they put that work experience, as I understand. So your personal interview has got a significant weightage, which is like 42.5% weightage, and based on your experience, irrespective of what the CAT score is. Have you seen students, because they did well in the PI stage, cracking and making it to IIT Bombay, irrespective of whatever their score was in CAT, low, high? So what I'm asking the question is, would you say, what would you say? Would you say that the PI is actually make or break? Would you say that, or even if let's say score is low, you still can do well in PI and make it to IIT Bombay School of Management? Would you say that?
So what I had seen from my friends and my batchmates and their experiences is that a lot like we all give the PIs as per our best capabilities. But the thing is that it is not just a make or break situation for the personal interviews. It depends on the overall profile of the candidate, the CAT percentages, the different weightage that are given in the criteria for phase one and phase two. Those are all met in the exact proportion mentioned on our websites. And by calculating all those parameters exactly, we come to a new composite score on basis of which we give the final shortlist and final seats to the candidates. So PI are not the make or break, but being about 40% of weightage in the final selection, they really hold a big portion of your decision on you will be converted or not. So candidates should definitely focus on PI as the most one of the most important parameters for their final selection.
Okay. So,
It
would you
will.
have friends? So, I'm saying, would you have people with, let's say, uh, the CAT scores not that high, but yet their shortage yet made it to the campus? Would you have cases like those? That's what I'm asking. Among your friends.
Yes, sir, absolutely. So definitely the PIs give an advantage over if my PI is better than the other candidate's PI, that will definitely give me an additional advantage over the other person with respect to the if we have a very similar percentile and very similar profiles. So yes, in personal interview is a very important factor in the final admission process.
All right. So let's talk about the process. Since Nidan, you are the admission committee, how does it typically work? So you can just run through it, and then I'll ask a few questions that I have, and probably pick up some questions and ask as
So basically, the whole interview process would be handled on the Gather platform, which it had been the similar as the past year. On that
well.
platform, the student,
You talk.
yeah.
So sorry. So you say gather platform. So it's not going to be on Zoom or anything else. It'll be a different platform. You're saying.
So you can say it's kind of a metaverse platform that we handle our placements or like the interviews on. So for that, there would be special breakout rooms from where you can enter the Zoom meetings, but everyone need to join on that Gather platform from where they would be redirected to their interviews and their panels and document verification and all the process. We handle from one single location, and it would be a place where you all can interact and even on a live platform, you can interact on an online platform. You can interact as if you are offline, and it would be a really interactive in terms of the whole process.
Okay. And so you're the if, the interview happens for 5 days. So what typically let's start with uh, what are the kind of panels they can expect? Who are these people who would probably there who will take their interview? How many people would be there roughly? Is that uh, so what
Yeah,
those?
so there would be about 2 to 3 panelists in each and every interview, which would be comprising of the professors from the campus and also the alumni in some cases. So it would be a panel, and in that case, they can say that it would be really interactive and really conversation. I'll say, not the interview. It would be a conversation for the students rather than being an interview.
So they all you also have sometimes IIT Bombay, the engineering faculty is coming to the interview panels, right? Do you?
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
understood.
So in some of the cases, there are also the IITB faculties being the part, depending on the candidate's profile as well sometimes. So it depends on the panel to panel. We can't say that it would be there in each and every panel, but it depends.
Okay. So basically, I'm sure that your college has some mechanism in terms of identifying the panel that meets sort of students. I think something like that is probably being worked out. My guess. Uh, uh, is that what he's suggesting, sir? That you'll have a good experience because the people sitting in the panel would have would be selected in such a manner that they will have enough to talk about based on whatever your profile is. Is that what you're telling?
Yes, sir. So the panel will be based on the student's profile, and they that as Nithan has mentioned earlier, it will be a healthy conversation basically to identify what the student has done so far, the candidate has done so far.
Okay, all right. Okay. So, what is the typical duration and what are the probably stuff they can expect in the interview? So, sort of format, ACATs, their work ex, questions, gen current affairs. Will it be very random? I've seen sort of interviews, not your college, some other college asking very random questions from here and there. So, it's how is it? What can students typically expect from the process if you know it?
Yes, sir. So the interview will be the duration and or the direction of the interview will vary from panel to panel and from candidate to candidate. But the more the students and the candidates should focus on why they want to do the MBA and why MBA and why they want to do it. That should be one of the main points of focus for the candidates at this point.
Okay. So, what level of academics? I've seen a lot of questions in academics and other things also being asked. But what will be the typical interview like? Then I think you can share your own experience. You guys have gone through the interview process yourself. We know a lot of your friends have gone through the process. What is sort of, you can get a summary in terms of what somebody can expect in terms of the interview process.
So first of all, sir, talking on the academics part, I don't think it would be a lot of academics heavy, but I'll just suggest the students to be clear with the very basics because sometimes the faculties or the alums would like to know like whatever they learn throughout their journey, throughout their lifetime, like what kind of retention of the knowledge they have. So in that terms, maybe the basic they should know. I'll not tell them to go in detail. For me personally, it was not much academic heavy. My interview, as I have 18 months of experience in finance and consulting, my interview was basically more inclined towards the work experience that I had, the projects that I had done during my work experience at ZS Associates. So those were the whole side on which my interview, which lasted for about 10 to 15 minutes, was focused more on rather than the academics.
All right. And what was your experience, Pati? Like,
So mine was a balanced one. Since I don't have a work experience, they had questions about academics, but that was basic questions. They just want to analyze what you have done so far. Apart from that, they asked questions about my extracurriculars and my some GK and current affair questions. So I don't think it is we can say that it is academic heavy, but yeah, we should have a basic knowledge about what we have done so far, the domain we have completed our graduation in, or the domain we have worked in so far.
okay. So what again is what I'm guessing, what I'm able to understand from both of you is that the typical thing that you can expect is something that of a conversation between the panel and you, right? And it'll be largely about stuff that you have done in life and what plans you have in the future, and probably what you've written in the form also. I'm guessing uh, whatever you have written whenever you written the form, and rarely it's going to be random. Is that what I'm hearing? Is this or never random or rarely random?
Yes, sir, absolutely. That will be pretty much how almost all of the interviews go.
Okay. All right. Great. So is there any so if someone wants to know more about the interview process, where they can, is there any place where they can go and find it to which details about the various process and stuff? Is there anything where the students can go is and watch? I believe that you guys have put up a lot of videos on it, no?
Yes, sir. So we have uploaded about four parts of the interview experience of the candidates of the first year batch, the current first year batch, where they have discussed their profiles and also the types of questions that they face during the interview process. So the candidates can visit on our official channels on YouTube and watch those videos on how their experiences was, and maybe get to know or what kind of the interview process goes on at SJMSoM IIT Bombay for their reference.
So, all right. So we have talked about a lot of serious stuff. I just want to ask, what has been the most fun in the last, what, how many, 1 year, almost 1 year now, right? You guys are third semester, but I don't know, third term. This probably would be your, what is 2 term or 3 terms every year?
So 4 terms. We have semesters, 2 semesters, which are divided into 2 terms. So
चार
four terms in, yes, sir.
4 एग्जाम्स साल में per
Yes.
subject. Dear God, okay.
No,
मैं
sir.
तो
We have
हाँ
different subjects across different terms. So
oh, okay, I get what. Okay, so you've got 2 semesters but 4 terms.
yes,
I'm confused. Okay, so these are okay, 4 terms. Let's say you'll get a set of subject in term one, then term two, then term three, then term four. Which means you've
yes,
got to take examination for term one, then term two, then term three, then term four.
yes.
चार बार.
Yes,
Awesome.
sir.
And you do get also marks for class participation. ये वो सब ही है कि mid term, end term कैसे होता है? Your basic interview, basic process.
So that varies from the different faculties. They decide on their own as to what they want to do with their subject.
So what has been the most exciting part of being in so far in 1 year? That's what I want to know. Most fun, the musty part so
So,
far.
so for the fun part, maybe we can say that like once we joined, after a few months, we had the freshers, which was really exciting. We all celebrated a lot along with our senior batches and our batch combined. Apart from that, we also like sometimes in the break we try to go on some trips to the nearby locations. And Bombay being the epicenter of all a lot of things, so it's really fun to be in a city which basically never sleeps. So yeah, there is a lot of fun also going around whenever we get some free time, and that's really great experience till date. Apart from academics as well for me.
So 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 there is. Let's pick a few questions. Is it academic heavy interview? So it's like probably asking, for example, 20 minutes. Mein. So I think already is answered, but I think we'll pick that once again. Nidhi Oswad,
So yeah,
Nidan Oswad.
I don't think it would be a lot of academic heavy interview, but you guys can focus more on the basics of whatever you studied till date, and just the basics will do. I would not suggest to go a lot in detail about any subjects, but yeah, you get basics done clearly.
Okay, so second question is this: what type of interview can I expect as a fresher and average academics? You've got Swati. I don't know whether your academics was average. What was your academics? They're awesome in your graduation, or
So it was above average, but yeah, I don't think that matters. It's about how you present yourself in the interview, how you are able to answer the questions that the interview panelists are putting forward on that particular day. That's it. The average academics and all of that have already been calculated in the profile, and that does not matter. The PI is solely based on how you present yourself on that day.
yeah, yes, because for getting the call, the weightage for academics was 5 marks, the graduation. Out of the 100, 70 was for CAT. It's already counted. So so Siddharth, my take is in your cases, irrespective of whether you're average in ACATS or not. If I am a faculty member of a particular college, I would be very interested to have a student, to know of a student. So you are going to be my student in my class. What I would want to know, the last time you studied, did you remember something? Right. So we went about studied something. It is very natural for me to know. So I don't think that I'm going to ask too much of depth, but I'm going to ask at least a few things just to get understanding. But it's not going to be make or break. It's a combination of lot many things. That will be my case. We have got another one. Do they ask about deep economic terms? How far do they go in GK? GK विके पूछता है.
Yes, sir. It is important to have a rough knowledge about GK, about what's happening around you and at the national level, at your state level. But I don't think they take a deep, unless you have mentioned something about economics in your forms or in your uh, while you interview, or you have had previous experiences, anything related to economics, maybe they can dive deep into that.
मतलब कुछ तुमने कुछ तो लिखा होगा, I love economics, so कुछ आएगा, then it will come. Otherwise, it is very unlikely. That's what I'm. How far do they go in GK? My guess is, I don't know. You guys have. When someone asks about current affairs, I think that they will ask about affairs that impacts you as a person. So your roots, your state, your place, and what's generally happening around. I think so far you keep to that much, irrespective of whichever is the interview that you go through. Whether it is IIT, Bombay, do anything, I think you can survive. That's my sort of case. What is this? So today I received a call from Solved Assistant. By paying 10 lakh through management quota, they will make admission to JBMS. It's a scam. It's a scam.
On what all things that you are focusing more on. So the panelists get an idea of what are the major fields of experiences or major things that you are more interested towards. Maybe the interview will more be diverted on those sides. So if you are talking about the first question in the interview, then it becomes a lot more important during the interview.
Yes, sir. So basically, what answer you have put forward as for the first question's answer will act as a base, and then the interviewer might drive the interview in that direction. Whatever you have mentioned in your interview, not just the form, but the introduction or the first answer to the first question may drive the interview in a whole
The
different.
first question is going to be very random. Okay, they very rarely I've seen people starting with tell me something about yourself. What does it mean? Okay, or you're from this particular place. Nice. Why did you think about wearing this particular shirt that you're wearing? Okay, good morning. Who asked you to give good morning? As a random is what I've seen happening. But my take in the Bombay interview is most of the cases uh, started with a conversation. I think that's a good way to start a conversation. Tell me about yourself. Is that typically the first question that you guys received, or most of batchment received?
Yes, sir. Most of us had received that question.
Yeah. So I've seen that. So you've got 2 years experience. Utka, yeah.
From my case, like particularly, I had 18 months of experience before joining SJMSoM. In that case, my interview was not much heavy in terms of academics, as I said previously as well. It was more focused towards my work ex only. But as I'd also given an interview for other colleges, interviews for me like that. So it also depends sometimes on the panelists. So that's why I said previously as well that you should just know about at least the basics from whichever degree or whichever like stream you had been. And it's not necessary much to go in detail about whatever you studied. Just go through the basics and it will be like proper.
So just there is a six marks weightage work experience in the second round, right? It is a quantitative measure of six, or it's a quantitative measure, right? Number of years work experience के हिसाब से that 6 marks मिलता है उनको, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay.
It's about
So the
the duration.
duration only, no, ठीक है. My answer to your question, Utkarsh, is you can't give a logic that I work for 2 years, therefore please don't ask about graduation, because that means that after MBA, after 2 years, you'll forget whatever you studied, right? So it's kind of a strange logic, but I'm sure that given that you've got 2 years of work experience, so let's say I've got 15-20 minutes of interview, uh, so it is natural that work experience question is going to come, and if you can hold on conversation around it, you can talk about your work, you can talk about industry, you can talk about a lot many things. Chances are that they will not have enough time to go somewhere else, right? But in general, I would whatever be the interview that you're preparing for, it is a general good idea to cover your basic work uh, uh, graduation as well. So that's something that I would say. Great. So we covered pretty much. Like I said, um, you can visit the college channel. No, that's what that you were suggesting. There you put up all the videos. Is it?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Ah,
sir. There's an official YouTube channel for all the contents relevant to interview preparations in our YouTube channel.
wonderful. So you can watch that. I think if they have queries, can they reach out to some person? Are the mechanism? I'm sure they are part of some. You've created some group or something that people can reach out to if they have issues, questions, if they have anything that they have doubts.
Yes, sir. The candidates have been assigned PI prep buddies where they can reach out to those people regarding the processes, regarding the queries they have. So it's pretty much streamlined.
Yeah, yeah. So the college is really helping you smoothen this particular process, and you should make the best out of it. And if you do convert the call, and this should be a college that you definitely join, right? So that is sort of my take. Thank you so much, Nidan and Swati, to come and talk to the students. If there is anything that you want to share before we close, we can do that.
Thank you, sir. We just want to wish all the candidates all the best and to be themselves while they are giving their interviews.
Yeah, so just almost 2 days left for the interviews. I'll just wish all the best to all the candidates, and I'll suggest them to just give their best and be calm and composed during the interviews, and don't take a lot of attention about the interviews. It will be just a conversation with you and the panelists. So all the best to all of you, and hope to see you during the interviews.
All right. Thank you, and bye bye.